red hot. How warm is it? Wow, are we lucky. So you've got to prepare yourself by putting sun tan cream on, getting it all lathered up and everything, back of your neck and everything like that. Make sure you wear a hat. And I always wear trousers when it's warm, because when I'm sat there I just get my legs burnt, and my little white legs don't like the sun. So I always wear trousers when it's a bit warm, but that's the way it goes. But more important than my legs is your bait. How do you look after your bait? Well, it can go like that. When you're fishing and it's this temperature, it goes like that, especially when you're using maggots and casters and worms. So you've got to keep them out of the sun, you've got to protect them. So just a quick little tip, just to give you a special little tip at the end. But first thing is you need a cool bag. You need one that's going to keep your bait nice and cool, so that you can take your drinks, your bait and everything with you. So I've got that, which is the new fish one. I use it for my tackle, but also when it's warm, my bait, I use it as a bait bag, so I can put my bait and my drinks and everything in. Freezer packs, really important to keep everything nice and cool. So everything's packed away in a bait bag. So just treat yourself. I like that one because I can use it for two things. Put bits of tackle in, especially at winter. I just carry it as a feeder bag. But this time of year I use it as a bait bag as well, where I put my freezer packs in. But it's there when it all dies, when it all goes. Just a quick little tip, especially when you're using maggots and worms and everything, just do this. You can do two things. One, get a container where you can put containers in like that. So you can either get your ice pack out and put it in like that and put your bait on top of it, or if you don't carry one of them, what you do is this. Put that back in, get some river water or canal water, just fill it up like that and put your maggots in and put them in like that, so that they're always cool on the bottom. And that's really important, that you can change that water, because you're just going to get it out of where you're fishing. So take it out and keep your bait nice and cool, because if you don't have that, trust me, in plastic containers, they will go 100 miles an hour and they'll die, and you don't want to do that. So just put a bit of water in the bottom, put your containers inside there with your bait like that. Then all you do is put it like that, put it in your bait tray. This is why these feeder trays are so good. They've got a lid, you can adjust it to the sun, you can put a bait shelter on if you want, or you can just use that and shelter it all the time. But keep it in the shade. It's so important, because if you don't do that, your maggots will go like that. Just a great little tip, put a bowl, put your maggots or your casters or your worms on top of that water, and trust me, you'll not believe how much longer they'll last. They won't be running 100 miles an hour, they won't die, and you've always got your bait to fish for. It's a great little tip, especially when it's red hot and warm and you're worried about your bait. Keep them in the shade, keep them in a cool bag, but when they're in your tray, make sure you've got water or a freezer block underneath, and you'll be gobsmacked how cool they kept just by like that.